What's up, Keep Pounding Nation? We're going to get right into the final cuts up to the 53-man roster. Or I should say down to the 53-man roster. So, the cuts as of today are Gilbert, Kyle Allen, running back Reggie Bonnafon, wide receiver Austin Duke, wide receiver Moose Frazier, wide receiver Jamal Jones, who is waived and on the injured list as well. Center Kyle Friend, which I highly agree with. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Guard Taylor Hearn. Guard Dorian Johnson. Offensive tackle Jeremiah Siles was put on the injured reserve. Tight end Jason Vanderleen. Defensive end Kyanti Anderson. Defensive end Deshaun Hall. Defensive end Zach Moore. Defensive tackle Kendrick Norton. Lorenzo Doss. Cole Luke. Desmond Southward. And corner Kevin Seymour and running back Elijah Hood put on injury reserve. Jeremiah Siles was put on injury reserve as well. There's a few of these I want to point out for very different reasons. But we're going to start with the most obvious one. We are now down to two quarterbacks. Cam Newton and Taylor Heinicke. So, my thought is one of them might end up on the practice squad, but I'm not sure which one. We'll see about that. But when I first saw that, I immediately went into panic mode, and I thought, oh, okay. We still have a practice squad spot open for one of those two. Obviously, we definitely have a practice squad spot open for Reggie Bonnafon. And Austin Duke I liked, Frazier I liked, Jamal Jones I liked. So that's the three wide receivers that were waived. So maybe one of the three of them might end up on the practice squad. We'll see. Typically, I would think putting offensive linemen on the practice squad would be a better idea as well. But that's up to other people to decide. So, the injury reserve. The injury reserve tells me that, they're not cut, but they're not on our 53 either, really, technically, until they come off the injury reserve. So, Zach Moore surprised me a little bit. I wasn't expecting him to be cut. The rest of these, take him or leave him. Cole Luke didn't really impress me that much. Lorenzo Doss had his moments, but he was kind of Jekyll and Hyde-ish on the field. So, but Southward, I 100% agree with that move. He did not look good against the Steelers in that fourth preseason game, so I'm happy with that move. And Elijah Hood on the injured reserve. Now, my thought is that we only have 10 practice squad spots. And whichever one of these quarterbacks ends up on the practice squad will most likely go to another team. There's a chance with Kyle Allen that he might stay, but if it's Gilbert, he's going to another team for sure. I don't see him staying on that practice squad for very long, when there's at least 5 or 6 teams that need a quarterback at the moment. Today we also made a trade for an offensive tackle, Corey Robinson from the Lions. We traded a 2020 draft pick. Which pick, I don't know, because they have not announced that. But I'd be curious to know, actually, if anyone finds out. Not that it really matters. So a little bit about Corey Robinson. 6'7", 317 pounds, 26 years old, from South Carolina. University of South Carolina. But he was originally from North Carolina. And this is his 4th season in the NFL. He's been plagued by injuries. And a little side note, he started 8 out of 23 games in 3 seasons. So that's what we traded for. Am I happy about it? We'll see. Once he's healthy again, he's depth. He's depth. But on a desperately needed offensive tackle depth chart, is it a good idea to be signing injured offensive tackles when we've already got an injury-plagued line? Probably not. Is it a good idea to be trading a draft pick for a injured offensive tackle when we already have an injury-plagued offensive line? Definitely not. But if this guy is as good as everybody in the staff thinks he is, then we'll see. They must think a lot of him to trade a 2020 pick. Because that's a desperation move. We'll see. Other things that... one other thing that happened today was Luke Kuechly signed a contract saying that he is giving 6.8 of his base salary into a signing bonus, freeing up $5.1 million in cap space, which helps us tremendously. So, can I get a Luke in chat? That's a big move that helps us hugely. So not only is he helping on the field, but he's helping off the field as well. The guy's a legend. Luke the GOAT. Alright, so the GOAT at linebacker. Let's put it that way. Some other news that's happened, and I'll start with the Panthers-related news from last week. Charles Johnson retired, as everybody probably already knows. And here's some partially unrelated news. Joe Webb is with the Texans now, under Deshaun Watson, so you definitely want to keep an eye on that. Teddy Bridgewater got traded to the Saints from the Jets for a 3rd-round pick, which I think is not a smart move for the Jets. It's not unusual for the Jets to make dumb moves, but this is one of the dumbest, in my opinion. You're looking at a solid backup quarterback. I wouldn't say a starter, but a solid backup quarterback, you know, with a bad knee. But you're going to go with Josh McCown? Really? I heard one expert on ESPN radio say that Josh McCown is going to win him some games. Really? Really, Jets? All right. But definitely don't sleep on Joe Webb or Teddy Bridgewater. Just my opinion. Everybody else has, but you know, those two quarterbacks never batted an eye for everybody out there, but they did for me. I've been paying attention to both of them. And, you know, you're going to see a lot of people that don't like either one of them, but I do. Yeah, I mean, that's just an outside point of view, you know, unpopular point of view, but that's just my opinion on the matter. You know, drop some comments down below on what you think about the cuts. I'll be dropping a video about the 53-man roster finalized once we get the depth charts in. So I'll be excited about that. And I know you will too in this fan base. But we're gearing up for Dallas. Going to be a fun year. Get yourselves ready. The journey starts in September. Alright, that is all I've got for you today. Please like, sub, and hit that bell so you don't miss any new content on the Keep Pounding channel. We'll be putting out new videos as the weeks go along. We're starting out regular season very, very soon. We'll see you guys soon. Until then, have a great day and keep pounding.